This is Katie. I have a quick question.
Go for it.
I had a gentleman that I contacted some time ago, and he was the personal representative. He did so. He's the 9 months in probate. He decided to list with his sister-in-law,
Hmm.
so that's fine. He just called me the other day saying that the house fell out of contract with an investor. And so, oh, I remembered we talked and, so now I'm like, I don't actually know quite what to do because do I go back to him? Like, I do have more agents, but this gal has already, she would be due her commission. So he was like, I don't care if I sell it on market or off market. I just need to get this money to pay for my son's, education. So what would you do in that situation?
Hey, are you a real estate agent or an investor looking for a way to find consistent and motivated sellers? I want to invite you to take a look at the probate and estate niche with a free class that I hold every week. It's called Probate Foundations, and you can sign up for free over at www.probatemastery.com. Let's jump back to the training. Um, he is listed with his sister-in-law now, or is not any longer?
Currently listed, it just fell
Okay.
out of contract.
Yep.
So yeah.
And the listing agreement is still in place. That's the biggest thing. Okay. Um,
Yes, it is. Yes.
so to a degree is one of the pet peeves that I have. How often do we prospect and someone says, well, I'm already listed or I'm going to list with this person, but bring me a buyer. We prospect and it expired and they say, hey, if you could really do this, why didn't you bring me a buyer the first time? Like these types of things that sellers
Yeah.
sometimes say to us, they think that we can magically produce buyers without marketing listings. In some cases, we can, but here's the thing with this. If it's already listed and you know that it fell out with an investor, okay,
Mhm.
so we suspect that there's money to be made, there's margin to be
Yes.
had, we suspect.
Yes.
Um, so I would either personally make a cash offer, make an offer low enough to have a margin, or go ahead and bring some of your investors in. Now, I typically try to be in a position where I can make the offer. And if that means that you have to use transactional funds
Mhm.
to to do it and maybe double close like a wholesale, that's fine. If it needs repairs, try to close yourself, especially if it's already listed, because the investors that you're working with theoretically have already seen it and already passed potentially. So
Right. I know he said it needs about 30 to 40,000 in rehab and he's already spent that in there. But he did say there was new elect. He did not say, I haven't called the listing agent. This just happened. So I'm
yep.
wondering. So you
Um,
would bring,
I'd try to make an offer.
okay.
Yeah. Um, your investors may or may not have seen it by now.
Okay.
So do you have investors?
I do have some, yes.
Yep. So work up the math and figure out what it needs to be bought at to make enough profit, and then either make the offer yourself
Okay.
or coordinate it with an investor. Investors, even if a house is on the market, they a lot of times, I'm guilty of this. I see a house that's on the market and it's listed at market value, and I go, there's no opportunity here. And I have no idea yet if the seller would go low enough for me to make a margin, and they will. I don't know because I haven't made an offer. In this case, we already know that it was under contract with an investor, so there could and should be enough room for a margin to make a profit. I'd make an offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, one thing that I do see very frequently, and this is sort of a kind of caution to those of you on the call that are wholesalers. So you don't have cash to close, you lock a contract up, you flip the contract. Um, in some cases, I see investor transactions fall apart, and they fell apart because the wholesaler locked in too high and couldn't flip their contract. That happens very frequently with new wholesalers, new investors. I've had it happen to me. If you're a wholesaler on here, please don't do that. Please know your numbers. Don't lock in high in order to get a 60 or 90 or 120-day contract with no ability to flip it. Go ahead and lock in low if you can. And if you can't, it's not your deal. So that's just a side note. Katie, if this was a real investor and it just fell through for some other reason, you should be able to get a good price on it.
Okay,
You should be
thank
able to
you.
get a good price. Yep. All right. Cool. Thanks.